Patience is there, but a paranoia. Hold on, Niall out into your hands. Forsaken. He's isoed the fights. And something is wrecking them from on high. PaperX do it all.
Well, it seems third time's the charm. The curse has been broken, and PaperX, the greatest team to never win, finally have their first international trophy. The final Masters event of the year was absolute cinema from start to finish, and the grand final was one for the history books. So here's how everything played out here in Toronto. The final weekend at Masters Toronto was destined to produce something special, and Friday's matches absolutely delivered. The dark horse Wolves Esports hoped to continue their Cinderella run against a PaperX roster who hadn't really missed a beat since narrowly avoiding elimination against Liquid in the Swiss stage. And unfortunately for Wolves, the PRX train continued. This meant that PaperX was headed to their third ever international final. It was yet another chance at redemption after previously falling short against FPX at Masters Copenhagen in 2022. And EG at Champions LA in 2023. But the other match on Friday was an absolute banger on paper. G2 and Fnatic were both hoping to continue their incredible lower bracket runs to earn a shot at taking on Wolves on Saturday. G2 managed to take a 10-9 lead on Lotus, but Fnatic managed to pull things over the line in the late stages of the map. Then on Split, G2 took yet another 10-9 lead, and yes, you guessed it, Fnatic came back to win. G2 exited the tournament in 4th place, and for most teams that's a pretty respectable showing, but the number 1 seed from Americas was definitely hoping to actually lift the trophy this time after coming second in Bangkok earlier this year. However, if there is one silver lining for G2 here, it's the fact that they became the first team to qualify for Champions Paris during this tournament.
Although, it sucks that we haven't won an international yet, the goal is always the same. So for champs, it's just try to get better from this moment and go into that stronger and better G2 so that we can win the big one.
Despite a disappointing end to their run in Toronto, G2 are the most consistent team this year, and I'm sure they'll be back fighting for the trophy in Paris. But coming back to Masters Toronto, the lower final on Saturday was similar to the rest of Fnatic's lower bracket run. It was basically the alpha show.
Oh dear, well.
Why are you not so much?
No, oh dear. Guys, don't feed Alpha, please don't feed Alpha. Out of all the players, don't let him have a round like, oh God, please! Somebody stop him! No!
Yeah, one of the craziest aces you will ever see. Fnatic actually ended up losing that map, but it was merely a consolation for Wolves because the EMEA powerhouse eliminated them the following map on Ascent. For Wolves, this marked the end of an incredible run that not a single person anticipated prior to this event. Their fearless leader, Sufat Baby, won the hearts of Valorant fans everywhere with his on-stage antics, and Spring showed the world that he's absolute class. But Fnatic's win in the lower final meant that they were headed to a record 4th international grand final, and Chronicle was hoping to further cement himself as the game's GOAT by lifting his 4th major trophy. But for PaperX, this was a chance to end the choking narrative that has haunted them since they lost their first grand final back in 2022, and the Fnatic super team wasn't going to stop the PRX train.
So paranoia forwards already, PaperX. Very fast play indeed. That's it. And the Warlock, none the bloody wiser. A blight onto the side that's given them that safety net. Fnatic trying to play through, but immediately it falls. And PaperX take out number 1.
Off the back of one of the greatest set plays you will ever see, PaperX took Sunset before losing an extremely close map 2 on Icebox. But they managed to bounce back on Pearl, putting themselves 1 map away from lifting their first international trophy. And then, on Lotus, it became clear that after all these years, it was finally PRX's time.
And they're just waiting for something to play into their open arms. Something! Patience is there, but a paranoia. Hold on, Niall out into your hands. Forsaken. He's isoed the fights. And something is wrecking them from on high. PaperX do it all. For the prince that was promised to finally be crowned, PaperX, your Masters Toronto champions!
After years and years of fighting for this very moment, PaperX finally have their trophy. It was an emotional moment for all of them and an incredible end to a remarkable event in Toronto. And for Forsaken, the heart and soul of this PRX roster, he capped off the tournament by winning the blinged out most valuable player bracelet.
Yeah, I mean,
Just think about it, it's all yours.
thank you for all the passengers that keep believing our train, guys. Finally, we can lift the trophy, and it's amazing, you know, to have you guys, to have all of the fan support, Paprec all the time. I want to say thank you to my family as well, my girlfriend as well. Bye friend, thank you so much. Khop kun selamat sunun kap. Thank you so much, everyone.
Now, I know some people think that Alpha should have won this, but I think Forsaken is just as deserving of the award. His impact for his team throughout the whole event was just outstanding. He was one of the most clutch players in Toronto. For Fnatic, this one is definitely going to sting, of course. In the post-match press conference, Bo's to put the blame on himself, but he should really keep his head held high. His team wouldn't have made such an incredible lower bracket run without his godlike IGLing. Despite a disappointing start to the year, Fnatic are once again looking like one of the best teams in the world, and I'm sure they'll be back fighting for the Champions Trophy in Paris in September. But PRX's win marks 3 straight Masters trophies for VCT Pacific teams. They've become a dominant region, and PaperX in particular have now become the highest earning organization in Valorant esports. If we include EDG's win at Champions Seoul, Asian teams have won the last 4 international Valorant events. If this esport is following in the footsteps of League of Legends, then Americas and EMEA might be a little bit cooked. But this event also proved that the Heretics prophecy is very much a real thing. They once again lost to the 1st and 3rd place teams. But overall, Masters Toronto was an incredible first event for Canadian and North American Valorant fans in general. Prior to the final, Riot announced that it was the most viewed global event in the Americas with over 2.8 million peak concurrent viewers. Now, we still don't have viewership records for the grand final between PRX and Fnatic, but hopefully Riot realizes that we want more Valorant events here in Canada. MSI gets underway in Vancouver later this week, and I'm sure that'll be a banger too. But for many Valorant teams, the road to Champions Paris continues in just a few weeks, and once things start shaping up, we'll make sure to keep you posted.